I got the Whitedove Report 2 outline. I got the report outline and I liked it. Tastes just like black cherry chapstick. I got an outline and I liked it. I'm going to read you what is in the outline. So this is the Whitedove 2 report. There is a lot more in this report. Not just related to crypto, but definitely crypto in there. Pete says, Joe, I'll be honest, I feel like, it was our first attempt at the Whitedove report the first time. I think this one's like 10 times better because of, I learned a few things, certain questions to ask, how to ask it, other things that have come up now. I'm like, yeah, I'm with you. So I read the outline, and I'm going to read you the entire outline. This is basically what I'm about to read you right now is what is going to be in this report. 100% in this report. Is that text? Cool. The last report, which was the first report, remember we said we might do this twice a year, maybe 4 times a year, quarterly. We just don't know. This depends on what's happening in the market, people needing the information, wanting it. All this was a factor, but it does seem like you're only getting 2 this year. And I say that for sure now because she said that, she's got things to do, coming up, her Lilydale events coming up next week. Next weekend, I should say. Not this one, but next weekend. This is it. They spent hours upon hours on the phone with each other. Pete and her took a break, halfway point. She went and got prayed up, as Shantae likes to say, and came back and was on fire, according to Pete. Unbelievably on fire. So he says, Joe, this thing's probably 10 times better than the first one. Speaking of Pete, stand by. All right, back. That was Pete. Now, just so everyone's aware of how this is going down, Whitedove report, the first one, Michelle was splitting it with me and the revenue. And I said, you know what, Pete, you are a part of this. You helped put this report together. I'm going to throw a bone to you. So I gave him, a portion. So officially, Pete's on the team. You know what I mean? This time around and forward. So me, Michelle, Pete, and he paid for transcribing services on his own, etc. Just so everyone understands how this is working with us. But I make a percent, she makes a percent, he makes a percent. Everybody's happy. With Pete's percent, he's big on donating. See, Pete's a vet. Okay, he's a veteran. He's big on donating to PSTD type of charities, as well as other ones, not just military related. 2 or 3 other types too, he was telling me about. So just so everyone understands, Pete's like, Joe, I don't think I'm keeping any of it. I'm gonna give it all to charity. And believe it or not, you all may not know this, Michelle Whitedove gives a lot to charity too. You may not know that, but Pete's like, I want my portion. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna give it away. So, again, this is a lot of the stuff is for good causes. You may not know these types of things. Just thinking, oh, they're selling a report, and that's it. You don't know some of the stuff that goes on behind the scenes. It's just good causes a lot of times. You know me, I'm trying to get people crypto rich. Let's all go together. It's going to work out well. You just got to be patient, more patient than you think you need to be sometimes. And then you too can help out, whether it's your family. Remember, like they say, help your immediate family, your extended family, then help everybody else. Help everybody that you can. So I've got, Pete says, Joe, when you do this video that I'm doing right now, why don't you put up in the background the stuff you're fixing to read? You're not really leaving anything out. So just that way people can maybe pause and look at it as you talk about it. I thought, why not? Well, that's a good idea. So I'm going to do that. But again, he thinks this is going to be way better than the last report. And we are pretty serious about finding hidden things, treasures, whatever, on land, notable cases that we all have probably heard about one time or another, to see if Michelle can find these things. She is very good at walking somewhere and leading. Again, I showed the clip the other day when she won the TV show in 2007, where she walked over to the guy that was buried underground in his oxygen tank, found him, walks over to a car in a car lot with a bunch of cars and says, "This is the car that the guy's inside of." Like, are you kidding me? I don't need a metal detector. I don't need to go look up the Spanish archives. You know, dude. So Pete was like really serious. He's like, Joe, let's do this. I'm like, you don't have to tell me twice, son. So this whole Oak Island thing comes out. And we may be, because I know somebody that has emailed me now, Joe, my sister's or somebody's uncle is very good friends with their third guy, Pete, not Pete, Marty, Rick, and Craig Tester, I think is his name. And he's like, I think he might be eating with him Friday, breakfast. I've already reached out to my uncle to tell him, your 2 emails from you and Pete, like, these guys are legit. Like, you probably should reach out to them. So I'm like, oh, come on, this is going to be so cool if this can happen. However, that's their treasure. Like, me, Pete, and Michelle aren't exactly like, hey, give us a cut. Like, that's not how that one's going down. But we thought we'll do our own thing and try to find some of this stuff that we've all heard about. Land ones. There's a ton of them in the United States. Are you kidding me? You could write a whole freaking TV series on that. You know. Not only that, we thought, hey, someone else emailed me, Joe, you ever think about creating like at least a 10 series minimum you could put on Netflix? Get a little camera crew out there, which this guy was telling me about, amongst another guy who was telling me something similar the other day about my crypto trip, RV trip, if we do the thing with Ben, Bitcoin Ben. And I'm like, oh my God, we could film this. This would be incredible. To see if she can find some of these things. Like, oh my God, this would be a really cool TV series. Are you kidding me? So I thought, okay, treasure-wise, there's a number of them on land that we've heard about, lost, buried, hidden, someone can't find it, whatever. If we go out there and start like actively doing this, I said, you know, I'm always thinking, oh, throw someone a little bonus, whatever. And there's been quite a few of y'all who have come to my Patreon channel, which means you're paying me monthly to join that and you know, see the stuff I post or whatever over there privately. Which means, you know, I thank you very much. You're paying me. And yeah, I'm providing you some information, whatever. But I thought, God help you guys. God help you guys. If we go out somewhere and this stuff pans out, because I don't know, I haven't done it yet, and it pans out and we find a damn buried something or another, I'm going to say, all right, how many of these people I got over on Patreon? And either I'm throwing everybody a bone out of my cut, it'll be only out of my cut, throwing everybody over there a bone out of my cut, or if you guys want to play a lottery game where, hey, I'll take 10 random people, which I got the coding, I've written programs easily for that, I'll just dump a spreadsheet of names, emails, whatever, and then it randomly picks 10, you know, all computerized. And I thought, you know, we'd have a discussion about it on Patreon. I'd say, guys, what do you want to do? We just found something, and my portion is like this, and I'd like to just give you a little bone. Just because I appreciate you supporting me, and now I'm going to support you. If this pans out. Again, if. Now, that's a discussion for a later time frame, but I've had these thoughts lately as all this has been happening to me lately with these, you know, Pete and Oak Island and all that. Like, man, there could be some freaking exciting times coming here shortly. So I thought, how can I give back to the people who've supported me all, you know, which I've only been doing this for a month now, a little month and a half now on Patreon, but just keep that in the back of your mind. I'm not saying that this is official right now, it's happening, but damn it, Joe, old Snippy, would like to throw a little bone back for you guys that have supported me on Patreon. Because again, at some point, and it probably ain't gonna be too long from now, my job, you know, Mike's doing a real good job at my job, and I may be gone. Like I said, my initial intention, if I can get a certain amount, I'd leave quicker than I thought, you know, originally planned, which was months and months and months and months of staying. And I'm thinking, oh, if that happens, and all this timing and this and that, and the next thing I know, hey, I got all this free time, I don't have a day job. Hey, Pete, Michelle, you guys got some free? you put those readings on hold, we got a treasure to find over here. Or even if it's not a treasure, just something significantly buried, or, you know, like significant that was buried somewhere, whatever. And maybe a TV series out of this somehow. Like, I'm just, man, my gears are turning. And hey, Patreon, get ready for a bonus from Snippy. We just found something. I can't tell you about it yet. We're, you know, locked down in secrecy at the moment. Like, dude, all you gotta do is be a Patreon subscriber. If this goes down, is all I'm saying. But I don't see this happening like super soon, you know, other than maybe this Oak Island thing could happen pretty quick. I'll be honest with you. If they contact us, we'll probably run up there in a hurry. But again, that's not our, we don't get a cut. I'm not saying that. That's for them. We just want to show Michelle off and say, all these years you guys have been doing this and that, and it made a good TV series, but let's face it, people are getting a little tired. Oh, another season. I bet they didn't find anything again, you know. And she flat out said, they're in the wrong spot. Yep, they're in the wrong spot. She's sure of it. At least at the money pit. And that's the place they've been spending all their time. So anyways, just keep these thoughts I've just shared with you in the back of your mind. There'll be some cool stuff happening in the future. Let's get on with this. This is what is going to be in the report. What I plan on doing for my patrons is giving a 10% discount. Possibly 10. I say 10. That's what I'm shooting for. It's coming out of my cut for all my patrons. And you will also receive it early. And the earliest that we were actually going to do it, because there's actually a little bit bigger process than I thought. And I was hoping I'd have it this weekend. And I hate to tell you, it ain't going to be this weekend for sure. But more than likely, Friday next week is the day. Next Friday, it will be released for everybody. What I'm going to try and do, and I say this try, meaning it'll probably happen for sure, would be Thursday. Patrons, I'll have a special link that you guys can go to with a little discount code on my website that'll put in there, and then I can track it. That way, when I get my cut, I don't make Pete and Michelle also give a 10% discount. That's my deal with you guys. You know, they don't need to be given a discount from theirs. So anyways, that's just one of the things I try to do on my Patreon, like whether it's a report or this or discounted reading, like from Sharon Michelle. She said, yeah, go ahead and give a discount code. I did. That was cool. So here we go. Spirit made it very clear this report would prove to be important for a lot of people. Many need to take an objective look at their picks and be strategic right now for what's coming. Did you catch that? Many need to take an objective look at your picks, the cryptos you are hodling right now. And then she says, right now, for what is coming. Instructions, how to read the report and get the most out of it. Over 300 people asked questions. We got to most of them, plus 50 total crypto coins were read. The next bull run and its duration and peak, timing and months, what she got from Spirit, is in here. Whitedove's top 10 list. And I'm going to make a note real quick before I forget, because I want to tell you something else that I talked to someone today from a very renowned psychic. I don't know the lady's name this time around, but I talked to this girl. I'm going to tell you a story. It's very positive for cryptos. This is a new person. They're about to be getting their own TV show, I heard. The psychic person. And I want to tell you what this friend of mine who used her 2 weeks ago, she picked up on, including crypto stuff, of course, mainly the crypto stuff. So let me just, before I forget, let me just write this down. Reminder. Oh. And I'll just tell you right off the bat, and there's a little, a little bit of private stuff that was included. I'm not going to be including that, just the very basics. But she did say August 18th, crypto market should finally be looking pretty decent to everybody. Like, okay, we're comfortable, like, after the 18th, I think is how she worded that. Anyways, let's go, because I'm just all over the place right now, but I'm feeling excited about everything, I'm telling you. It's got just, again, patience, people. Patience is a virtue. Believe that saying. Whitedove's top 10 list of crypto. Top tier cryptos. New 5-tier rankings. So 50 coins ranked very good, good. Very good, good, neutral, or bad. Which is I'm seeing 4, so I'm not seeing 5. But with 40x, 100 plus x, and 1000x projections on several. The new message on Theta token. There will be one. And I took notes at the bottom of, which I'll get to, 2 years out, 3 years out, and 5 years out. She got something. Bitcoin ETF covered in depth. More on Tether coin. New message on Litecoin. Spirit gave a number for Digibyte, which again is rare. She says it. We don't normally get numbers or even dates and stuff like that. She got it. She said she heard thousands for Litecoin. This is the original report. And she got thousands for Theta, but it would be years down the road, like 5 years or so. I can't even comprehend that at 6, 7, 8 cent Theta. But this lady is who she is. Again, you watch her, you type in Michelle Whitedove, Psychic Challenge winner. Go watch that 5-minute video and tell me that, you know, she got lucky. That's why I got complete faith in this woman. Coinbase additions. What she had said at last time, she saw Neo getting added to Coinbase. But she said there will be other coins, but she said she saw Neo too. And that was the previous report. So anyways, where are we in the cycle? X marks the spot on the Wall Street cheat sheet. In-depth analysis of Wall Street cheat sheet and how the bull run plays out and how to protect yourself. How to help with your picks and Michelle's strategy for her investments. Pray and meditate. It'll help you in this area of your life and in all other areas as well. Personally, I don't mess with any coin unless I get an excellent or very good. That's what she says. I'm not a trader. I know she has Litecoin. I know she has Digibyte. I know she has Theta, and I think they have some Neo. I thought she got some Neo. Not 100% sure on that one. I buy and hold when they go up substantially. I take profits, but will stick with Theta for the timeline Spirit has shared. New coins covered for the first time with short backgrounds on each. Stellar Lumens, which as you just know short as Stellar. Ethereum Classic, Basic Attention Token. Docademic, VeChain, Dubai Coin, Debitum, Sharder, 0x, Nucleus Vision, known as Ncash, Bytecoin, Sia Coin, Vertcoin, The Key, which I think I actually added myself on that on that question. Like, hey, I'd like to have this question answered. You know, since I'm helping, could you put that on the list? Of course, they didn't. I didn't have to say that. They put it on because I'm curious. The Key rides on Neo's blockchain, so I'm kind of wanting a futuristic or whatever. What does she see? And she may come back and say, because I don't even know the answer yet, but she may come back and say, oh, the Key, not really feeling it. And that was an identity thing, like a facial recognition thing with the Chinese. So I thought, you know, they're big on that, communist country. I'm taking a gamble on the Key. I don't even know what the answer is myself yet. I could have actually asked him because he does know the answer, Pete, when I talked to him, but I didn't think about it. Self Key, Tron, Status Token, Pundi X, and then Zinfin, as you can see here. What else we got? Hang on. Let me move myself over here. And these are all the tokens covered, which I guess I'll run over them. Basic Attention Token, Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Campus Coin, Civic, Debitum, Decent Bet, Dent, Digibyte, Docademic, Dubai Coin, EncryptGen, which that was the DNA coin. Remember Dick Algar? They weren't sure which one it was. He had some kind of vision. I'm just going to throw you a bone now. I know the answer to this one. And I don't think it made the good list. I think it was either bad or I don't even know if it was neutral. I want to say it came back as bad. But anyways, EOS, Ethereum Classic. And by the way, EOS, her last report said, look, I know recently it was near 18, 20 bucks or something. Specifically on EOS. She didn't say this anywhere else. Don't be scared to take your profits. You got to take your profits sometimes. EOS, I know it went up, but, and went on to talk about that. And recently it got down to what, $4 from 20? And look, I know the rest of the market took a hit too, but damn, it was already up pretty nice at that point. So, and no, I didn't take the profits. I didn't do it. Because again, I'm waiting a little longer term. Maybe they'll go reverse and go back to 20 and beyond, and then I can say, okay, I'm out. That's my plan, right? Plan your trade, trade your plan. My plan hasn't happened yet, so I haven't touched my EOS yet in that respect. But again, if you did, we sold off at 20, now it's 5. I could have bought back 4 times more, or $4 actually. I could have bought back 5 times more EOS. I could have, if I traded them out at $20. But I didn't. Nucleus Vision or Encash, Omisa Go, Ontology, Pillar, Populous, Pundi X, Redcoin, the one with 2 Ds, Redcoin, Ripple, Salt, Selfkey, Charter, Seacoin, Status, Stellar, Tether, Tezos, which I think is another one I may have had them add. Like, can you add Tezos? Or maybe someone else added that. I forget who added that one. The Key, and then Theta. And I put my little note. I added these notes here. 2-year, 3-year, 5-year. She felt like she can kind of see where this thing is going to be going over those periods. Tron, VeChain, Veritasium, Vertcoin, Zenfin, and 0x. So, more crypto news you need to know. Program your mind to be positive, she says. Program your mind to be positive and stop looking at this daily, day-to-day, it's down, stop. Crypto market cap in the next 5 months. China in cryptos. India in cryptos. Crypto mass adoption timeline. A lot of people asked about Exchange Union and who was behind it. He says that, she said, we know who was behind it. Hash graph and how it impacts cryptos. Is Facebook trying to buy Coinbase, or do you see them partnering? How will privacy tokens do? Which will do the best price-wise of the following? Monero, Zcash, Dash, PivX, Cloakcoin, and Komodo. Got a call. Stand by. All right, and I'm back. And where was I? Oh yeah, so those are the privacy coins, and then non-crypto related news. Remember the alien, not alien, but the alien thing? That's when remember she told me when I had her on my show last that this being, you know, we'll call it an alien, had visited her. She wasn't ready for it and was like scared, like, but it had a message for her. She wasn't ready for it. And I told her, I was like, well, listen, when we hang up tonight and you go to bed, like, do your thing and see if you can pull, like, put the antenna out there, come back down, I'm ready. And if he comes, let me know. He hasn't come from what I understand. But there's a little bit of an update on that. So she's going to talk about that, I guess. And I don't know what it is, other than I don't think he actually came back. But I don't know if she's actually trying to read. Like, I don't know. I'll find out when I get the report in my hand. The trade war going on. You know, Russia, China, USA, whatever. Trade war. Are the U.S. and China headed for war over Taiwan? Hurricane season this year. General topics, Earth, weather, tsunami, sea levels, precious metals, when manipulation ends, silver, when it breaks free, price, and what about gold? Safest places in U.S. to reside. Mueller investigation, chemtrails, the poisoners, and when does it end? Do we pick our parents pre-birth? Canadian housing market, Australian housing market, best natural cure for cancer, best diet foods for people, best supplements to take for average person to detox from all the chemicals in our environment. The new Space Force. Hurricane season this year, which I think we've already covered. That was already up there. Weather in general. Will the majority see UFOs? Student loans. You know, I'm sure what that means. Not just student loans blank, but like the student loan debt bubble getting higher and higher in price, like owed. What's going on with that? What's up with Antarctica? And he says, we saw. So there's something going on there. Space travel, exploration, and meeting. And meeting who? The other poisoners, corporations. When will they stop? The controllers. When will they stop or lose power? Whistleblowers. Who murdered Seth Rich and why? Coastal changes. Mainstream media. Are we going into a cooling period and slowly heading toward a mini ice age? What is Stonehenge all about? Want to know where the Oak Island treasure is? Oak Island, the unedited transcript of that reading, tells what the treasure is, where it isn't, and you see how Michelle finds it. Wishing you love, light, and abundance, Michelle Whitedove. So that's everything, you know, and there's not just going to be little one-liners. Like, some of these things, there's going to be a bit of an in-depth, you know, conversation or response happening. So all that, again, they have to cut out the fat and just give the absolute thing everyone needs to hear. You know what I mean? But the Oak Island piece, he told me, that particular one, they're going to do the unedited, 100%, you know, unscripted, you know, conversation that happened there. Just for whatever reason, actually. But that's it. That's what this report's going to be. Again, I feel very comfortable saying not tomorrow, but next week, that Friday. And that Friday is the 24th of August. Again, I'm pretty certain, like 99.9% certain, my patrons will get it Thursday at some point. I can't even give you a time, but I would make a Patreon post. Hey, it's here, you know, and I'd give you the little discount code that, again, I will take out of my little cut of that deal and get it to you guys first. So that's it. And I'm excited. I'm telling you, I'm excited. I think some interesting things and explorations and Snippy, and hey, put that RV to use for real this time. Hey, you know, it may work out after all. Otherwise, I don't care. We'll drive, fly, get a hotel. It don't matter. You know, and I don't mind, you know, helping out. Obviously, financially, we all got to be able to do this. And again, with a lot of y'all's support, just even on Patreon alone is very, very nice. Like, it's really good, and I'm very thankful to all of you and any future people that may join, because it's stuff like that that can allow me and Pete and Shantae to say, hey guys, let me help cover most or all, whatever, of the expense for the next 2 weeks. You know, my patrons hooked us up. Thank you. Just because of what I've been doing over there anyways, and little do they know, we find something out of my little cut, bink, my patrons for the support. This is a future thing that's going to be happening. Is it going to be end of this year? Is it going to be next year? I have no idea. But I'd say, again, the path being laid before me, it'll happen when it's supposed to happen. And from the looks of things, things are happening pretty quickly around here. So look forward to it in the videos. Again, next, we're going to have a freaking film crew with us. New Michelle Whitedove series. And son. J-Snip 4 and Pete. Michelle Whitedove and son, so to speak. I'd watch the hell out of a show like that. A psychic who's good at everything she does, but very good at walking places and saying bingo. I told you the story about the Australian guy lost his password to his crypto wallet, couldn't figure it out. She jogged his memory and got it. Oh my God, I got it. Thank you. I'm still waiting. Maybe it hadn't on my video. I haven't gotten a response from him yet. But anyways, so that's some stuff here. So take care. A couple political videos, I think, coming up in the near future, like right after this one. That's it.